Wow, wow, wow. Guys, it's Monday. The transfer portal is now officially open. We got a lot to talk about. This is going to be a shorter video. Just had to get on and talk about this before I have actual day job stuff to get to. But Colorado is bringing in some really high end transfers right now already for visits. And some of these are really surprising, which is great. So we got a few guys that are lined up for visits. I'll at least get to those, who those guys are, why I love every single guy that's already lined up to visit. And then maybe if I got time, we will get into some of my other hopes. This is going to be great. But guys, first off, I do just want to say thank you, everybody. Still looking a little ghostly, but I think I'm finally recovered from all that sickness. I still have more videos to do breaking down the high school class. That is going to be coming. But I am 100%. I am alive. And for the new members that have joined, Buff Buddies, you got some exclusive content coming this week. But KB, you're absolutely right. Legend, thanks for being in here. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. We have a quarterback that's visiting, and this is pretty intriguing because Kaden Salter of Liberty, he is one of the top quarterbacks in the transfer portal, if not the top quarterback in the transfer portal right now, depending on what you think. But he had a great season. I thought at Liberty, they went 8-3 this year. He's going to be somebody that's in high demand. So let's go ahead and take a look at the passing stats here. 55% completion on the year. Yeah. About 1,900 yards, 15 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. You see passing grade there, 77.2. But let's also, take a look. He can run the ball as well. And this is where he's kind of like a true dual threat, even though he's not somebody that, is kind of, he's not Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward coming up from the FCS level, both of them, right? But he's somebody that's a true dual threat and has the ability to make a lot of plays with his legs as well. Now, this is one of the things that I think might give some schools some pause. 11 fumbles. What the heck? Does he just have small hands? There. Is it because he's trying to make some big plays? I don't know. But this is a big time playmaker. He needs to cut down on the turnovers. But guys, I need to be honest. Like, I didn't think that we would be going after a talent like this in the transfer portal to bring in competition and be a possible bridge to Julian Lewis. From all indications, it seems like CU is going to try and bring in another college starting quarterback with starting experience to compete with Julian Lewis. And I think that's great. And Kaden Salter, I think, is one of the best options right now in the transfer portal. I think he's going to get a lot of high-end offers from a lot of great schools. Now, I don't think Mensa from Tulane has entered yet. I think that if he were to enter the transfer portal, which I think we all expect, he is probably going to be the top coveted or one of the top coveted quarterbacks in the transfer portal above somebody like Kaden Salter. But this is a guy that I'm definitely intrigued about. 6'1", 200 pounds. He has great playmaking ability. But like I said, the turnovers, that's something that any coaching staff is going to have to be mindful of. Essentially, he had 15 turnovers. Well, I guess I don't know if all of these fumbles were lost. I'll need to check that. But 11 fumbles, 7 rushing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 15 passing touchdowns. Now, we are also bringing in one of his teammates on the offensive line. And guys, I think this is going to be a really good class for offensive linemen in the transfer portal, and that is Jordan White. Offensive tackle. I imagine he'll visit alongside Kaden as well when they come in for their visit. But he actually, I guess they had him listed on the website that I saw at tackle, but he played guard this year. So 6'2", 300 pounds. You could see he's he had a fantastic year in terms of grading, especially in the run. That's something that's going to have to be an emphasis with somebody that is not out the gate an elite quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. We need a run game, guys. We need a serious run game. Jordan White could possibly be an upgrade for us at the guard position. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, but nonetheless, he would be very, very good competition. Love to see these run blocking grades right here, 87.4. And pass blocking grade leaves some to be desired at 66.4, but only gave up 2 sacks and 7 pressures on the year, 7 penalties. That's probably why his grade has been getting knocked. I don't know what those penalties are. Maybe some true scouts in the comments can let me know what those penalties were. That's a lot of penalties. You don't want to see that. Was it false start? Was it holds? Were they excessive after the play, sticking up for a quarterback, getting a personal foul, something like that? I wonder. I don't know though. But I'll try and do my deep digging on Jordan White. But I love the fact that we're already starting to bring in some offensive linemen. And he's got a lot of experience, guys. Has played at West Virginia part-time for his first 3 years. Last 2 seasons started at Liberty. And let me double check to see where he started last year. So he started at center last year at Liberty. So that's something to keep in mind. He could also be brought in to push somebody like Cash Cleveland. And I mean, we need right now, Hank is still on the team. We'll see if he enters the portal. I'm not really sure, but I would love some more competition and just depth in the interior offensive line. But we gotta target tackle. I'll get to that if I can. But the other guy that I know is visiting here, you guys are excited about this. AAC offensive freshman of the year. And this is Joseph Williams out of Tulsa. 6'2" wide receiver, 195 pounds. Let's go ahead and get to the receiving. He had a fantastic year. 30 catches on 50 targets, 588 yards. So just a notch under 20 yards of reception, 5 touchdowns. Productive wide receiver. Again, you love to see this size, 6'2", 195 pounds. Some of the wide receivers that we brought in our high school class this year, they might be a little bit on the shorter side compared to some of the guys that we have on the roster. But let's talk about the guys that we got. Draylon Miller's a big guy. Terrell Timmons, he's a big guy. Cordell Russell entered the transfer portal, so we don't have him. But Jordan Onavue, he's also a big guy. Cam Michael, I'm trying to remember offhand. I can't remember how tall he is. But Joseph Williams, I think, would be a guy that you could definitely plug and play here, and he would be, instantly productive. We've seen this past year that you can have 4 really high-quality starters here where they all get not only do they get paid, but they all get fed, and heck, they all might get drafted this year, depending on, I think, how some of this testing stuff goes for some of them. But, tremendous year for showing the potential of this offense, and getting a guy like Joseph Williams, I would love to have him here. I would be interested too if it's true that we're talking with Micah Hudson from Texas Tech, 5-star wide receiver this past year. He would be somebody too that I would love to bring in and see if he's a good fit. So I know some of you guys have brought up Jonte Cook from Texas, former DeSoto 5-star. I think we're going to bring in wide receivers. I think we're going to bring in 2-3 tight ends. I think tight end is looking deep this year in the transfer portal. Offensive line, which is great, as well as linebacker. And we'll see how defensive line shakes out. But I'm hopeful that we're going to see some really quality players enter in. But guys, like I gotta be honest to bring it back to our visits. We got Joseph Williams visiting. We have Jordan White, player from Liberty, guard, center, interior line player from Liberty, 6'2", 300. And then we got Kaden Salter, quarterback from Liberty, 6'1", 200 pounds. And hopefully this is going to be I would love to bring him in. Right now, outside of Julian Lewis, which I think we all have very high expectations for, we don't really have much anything proven at the quarterback position at the college level right now. Ryan Staub has come in for some mop-up duty. He has filled in for Shador when he's been hurt, a little bit last year. But I right now, I don't think we have anybody in the room that I could confidently say if we need them to start, I feel very good about. Curious what happens with Dominique Ponder on the roster too, right? We'll just have to see, but let's bring in some more competition. Let's see if we could take a guy like Kaden Salter. Maybe he can bridge that gap if that's necessary. If Julian Lewis, isn't exactly ready week one, it's not very often. True freshmen are ready to start week one, but I think Julian is one of those guys that definitely could be ready. And right now, at this point in time, I do expect him to be our starting quarterback this year. So we'll have to see what happens with all this, guys. Want to say a quick hello, and then I gotta get to this meeting really quick. But hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Yeah, good morning, everybody. I'm going to be back later today also with not only deep dives of our high school players, but also just breaking down more potential targets for the transfer portal, who I'm really excited seeing that has entered, guys that I think would be huge. Oh, no, Jordan Onavoy's in the portal. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Well, best of luck to him. I look forward to seeing what he does at his next school, man. So we'll just have to see how it all goes. Cam, 6'1". This is going to be great, though, guys. Chairman A, thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Dave? Look up two Colorado 2-0 linemen that might be coming. Yes, to see you, Joshua Bates I believe he's from Oklahoma. If I read correctly in my chat this morning, his dad played at CU, and Carver Willis. So that's great. Let me look up Carver. I think I remembered seeing him this weekend. Oh, yes, offensive tackle from Kansas State. This is going to be alluding to another video, Chairman A, because I did want to cover him. Offensive tackle from Kansas State. I think this guy is going to be made a big priority from Colorado. He's a very good starting caliber tackle for us. I believe he started at Kansas State. So, yes, right now he would probably be one of my top priorities, and hopefully we can line up an official visit. So I'm hoping to go the Alamo Bowl, guys. Not yet official, but it's looking like I'm going to be able to make it, which is great. Just 15 minutes down the road from me now. I will be back later today. Again, guys, thank you so much. Hit that like and subscribe on the way out. Go Buffs.